Hello everyone and welcome. You're watching me play the Cycle Frontier. It's a pretty awesome game today. A pretty huge patch dropped, releasing the battle pass and a lot of other cool features with it. But sadly, it not only brought some features, but it also brought a ton of glitches and bugs, I guess. I don't know, the whole client isn't working. I mean, the client is working, but the shop isn't working. I cannot sell my items. They teleport back and forth. They glitch. They reappear. They do not sell. Basically, it's just a little bit of a mess. So what you're looking at are some older clips, like from a few days ago, where I just grabbed a bulldog and ran some monuments, I guess, with some cards, grabbed some loot, and scored some kills. And you're gonna see them right here. So just enjoy them in the background. Today I don't want to talk about the game a lot more. I want to talk about a topic that is dear to my heart, something that is pretty recently come up in my life. It is expectations. And in my opinion, there are a few different types of expectations. The first one is expectations that are healthy, actually. Like for example, if you drive with a car, you have to expect the worst to be a good driver, right? You have to calculate potential risks and expect someone to drive like an idiot to maybe avoid a fatal crash or save your life. Those things can really help you stay healthy and avoid some crashes, right? Moving on, I don't want to talk about those kinds of expectations, but moving on, there are some other expectations. Like, for example, already an iffy topic is predicting and expecting someone to say certain things. I mean, of course, you cannot avoid that entirely, but what is happening here is that you are thinking that you know a person fully and there is nothing more to learn about the person. And because you're thinking that, you're predicting what they're going to say, you're predicting what they think, and that might not be that healthy anymore. I mean, of course, I'm not trying to bullshit you here. Most of the times what you predict about someone will actually be true. But what I think has happened in my life is I took away the opportunity for people to actually change. And I was projecting my old fear, my old expectations, my old, I guess, memories on them. And then what I was expecting kind of manifested reality in that they behaved in some old ways, like some old patterns. That's a good word. And I think I was partly responsible for that because the way I was expecting them to behave triggered some patterns in them, and then I'm partly responsible for that. So those kinds of expectations and things are already iffy for me, but I don't want to talk about those either. What I want to talk about today, and sorry that I take so long for getting into the main topic, what I want to talk about today are expectations from your parents. And what I realized when I was thinking about this topic is that if a parent is telling you to not smoke cigarettes and live a healthy lifestyle, I classify that as an expectation. It's of course something we mostly agree on as a population. You shouldn't smoke, you shouldn't drink. But I think those kind of health expectations, like an expectation that your child should live a healthy life and maybe not ruin their body with cigarettes and junk food, we agree on that. And because we agree on that and we experience this for ourselves when we live our lives, those kind of expectations don't feel like a burden to us. We don't feel hindered. And because we agree with those things actually feel pretty good. Like, you feel good about following these expectations that your parents gave you, or your teachers, or your medical professional, because through living and experiencing, you come to the same conclusion. Like, yes, I should do it this way. But expectations become problematic when parents try to push like a whole way of living, like your life fulfillment onto you in what is actually their failed life or some other expectation they have. And if they try to influence and manipulate you in a way where they don't even leave room for different exploration and just finding your own way yourself, that's the thing that I think, in my opinion, becomes problematic. And it feels this way because you actually don't have a choice, and they kind of don't allow some own exploration. They force the opinion sometimes on you. And as soon as it's something that you don't agree on your own experience, your own life experience, it's something negative. It evolves from something that could be positive into something that is negative for sure. And we start to rebel against those expectations. And a lot of the times these expectations lead to some conflict between the parent and the child. Like the most insane things that come to my mind are these like beauty shows where you have these like small little children and in the background you see their fat ugly moms pushing them to be beauty queen. I'm pretty sure we have all seen that image, and we can all agree on hopefully we can all agree on the fact that those kinds of that kind of behavior is actually pretty weird. Like, to think that you know what fulfills your child and what they should do their whole life for life fulfillment is actually insane. In my opinion, if you have found something that fulfills you and makes you happy, you have found a treasure. It is so rare, and I have not met a lot of people at all in my life that can say that they are fulfilled or that they have found fulfillment in some action or activity. Even though they lived like half their life, they're 50 years old, and they have probably searched for it a little bit at least. So yeah, parents that think that they just know it are insane to me. Something that stuck with me is what my dad told me when I was young, and he always told me that I shouldn't listen to him, I shouldn't listen to my mom, I should not listen to anyone and formulate my own opinions and my own thoughts. And with that, I was always a little bit more freed from expectations. Of course, sometimes it is the smarter thing to do to listen to some expectations. But trust me, if you go the hard way, you learn through experience. Of course, it's not going to feel great all the time, but you will grow and learn from it for your life.